Good day, folks. This is Omar Hosea, servant. This is tape 4 or 5 on this. I had a corrupt memory card, SD card. I don't know how that happened. So we're going to start over again and try to get this in a little better. Dear Heavenly Father, we ask that you bless this video. We pray that somebody learn from it. We pray that it'll start this conversation and that you be glorified, Father. We ask that the truth may reign inside of us, that we may show the truth and live the truth according to thy will, not our will. Father, we pray that you protect our families, they go to and from their destinations. We ask that you protect those who are in prison or locked up. And we ask that you change their mind, renew their spirit, so when they come home, they'll be prepared to do something for you, and not for themselves. By the power of the Holy Spirit I come, and to the prophets before me and after me, I say thank you. Shalom. Okay. I'm going to start this off with, let me close this out. Close this splitter. Alright. Now, I'm going to start out with this. I am. What the scriptures say that the Most High told Moses, he says, I am. It says, what is I am? It says 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, 666, which is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9, which is the total completion of mankind, or man rather, excuse my tongue. It says the carbon that makes melanin, people's skin brown. So why does the Bible call us beasts? It's power, supremacy. Somebody else put that in there, but we're going to make sense of it. So this slide here, next slide. Long time ago, I was told to write these diagrams about the protons and the DNA cells in humanity and in the galaxy and the universe. I didn't understand until a couple of days ago. And so if you can see, I got them in details, but that's for a later lesson in life. I don't think y'all was not ready for that yet. So we just want to give y'all the recap between this and that. I didn't know nothing about this when I did that. Truth. So then sometimes a year or two later, we did this. This right here represents the, when you run this right side up, let's try and get it right side up. No, it's not right side up. I can't get it there. Blow it up for you. This right here represents the sun in Chinese. And so when you flip when you flip it up, when you flip it down, or you put it together, you square, when you circle the square, it's eternity, standing up. But when you break the DNA up with that is eternal, you get 3 and you get E. And obviously we got the 8 on each side, eternity, and the XY genome. And we have the mind, body, and soul in the DNA and the RNA. It has everything to do with this and that. Now, melanin's compound. The sun, we know, resurrects the melanin in the skin. Anything that's brown or green, or brown or earth tone is melanin. Anything that's green is chlorophyll. And so sun feeds the plants chlorophyll, and so when we eat our vegetation, it grows back, and we get the chlorophyll, the nutrients in it that works with our melanin. So when those of us who are of the earth or the brown stage, we get the melanin, and so the earth or the sun feeds the earth the sun rays, and it's melatonin, and also the human body. And so our cells resurrect, our skin resurrect, our pineal glands resurrect, our organs heal, our lungs heal, our legs heal. There's all types of medicines in this truth. And so, but notice the beautiful in the melanin. Let me see if I can get this. I don't know why I won't turn it right, but all right. We need folks, we want you to see they're perfect in these. They're not messed up. They're not squiggly. They're not broken. And you see the NH, 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 OH, OOOO, OH. And so there is codes in there, binary codes, like a computer. And they're not defective. And so this is what melanin compound of melanin, chemical compound of melanin. That's what it looks like. Chemical compound of melanin. That's what it looks like. Now, when you compare that to the chemical compound of crystal meth, and our Latino brothers have melanin in them, our Mexican brothers have melanin in them, our Brazilian brothers, our African brothers, Australian, anything that's of earth tone, brown tone, light tone, skin tone, they're being defected by this broken genome because it's broke. You see, it's no longer beautiful. It's no longer pure. And if you see the squiggly line between the HN and the NH2, the 2 is gone out of the HN or the NH. It's gone, but became squiggly, become defective. And so this is how we won't be able to resurrect our minds, resurrect our pineal glands, resurrect our skins, our bodies, and we're always going to be dependent on the devil, who is the opposite of melanin, which is sulfur. And we'll have that come up as well. And I'm gonna be so pissed if this chip does not record this. I'm gonna be pissed off again. All right, so let's get back up here. And so if you notice, the thickening of this stem right here is defective. It affects the whole body, the whole genetic makeup. And when these are out of place, see the circle and the things that's going around, it's defective. We see with HO is no longer HO as one, but it's HO separate. The H is by itself. Defective. It's broke. See the difference? Let's see where I get you close up. See the difference? The difference. And so we'll go to the compound of crack cocaine. Now, you see it, compound crack cocaine. You see the H3C go into the N, which is defective. And see it thickens these borders. The HOC3 is broken. See, it's defective. Even with this chemical base, with the cocaine, it's defective. The O has no HN or the CH3 to connect with. And so the chemical formula is C17H21NO4, molecular weight 303.35. And they have to write that because that's how they're damaging the pure. See, the pure didn't need these digital things until you start manipulating the structure. And so now they have to remind themselves, after they've destroyed the structure, how to rebuild it for themselves. What do you mean, order out of chaos? And so when you look at these molecular structures, or these compounds rather, they're all defective. Look, defective. And this is what they're programming to do in our mind. And if you notice, it's the pentagon inside of here. Pentagon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 point. That's where it gets star power or star dust, because these molecules is in the stardust, and when you manipulate the universe and the galaxies, which is that is in us, you can pretty much tell somebody anything. Like Jesus went down and got the keys of death, and Jesus the resurrection, the life, the Son of God. But meanwhile, Jesus literally doesn't have melanin. Jesus don't have melanin. Look at his picture. So he can't tell you about resurrection of the life. He can't tell you about the Son. He can't tell you about God for real, because it's not in him. Literally, it's just not in him. And so he go more defective in the antioxidation, S minus, plus or minus HHMA, 99% of this I forgot what these are. But even like money at 45% yield. So it yields its weight in these steps. And so it yields or waits for something else to react before it takes effect on the human brain or the human psyche. And so we must understand that this is a mental war. This is a spirit. This is not just a spiritual war. It's a mental. It's a silent war, and you're being. Our melanin are being attacked. The God particle in our bodies are being attacked. So, if they can destroy the majority of the melanin people, they can rise up out the water with their sulfuric ideas, like shrimp and shellfish, because we know that shrimp and shellfish come from sulfur, which is in the water. And it's because they call themselves fish people or reptiles, the things of that nature. That's where those things come from, like turtles. And so, if you want to be a ninja turtle, then you must accept the fact that you are from a sulfuric property. Now, we look at this. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to have to try to blow it up. I'm hoping y'all can see it, but it says, nor shall you feel the heat of the sun. And this is in the Quran, where the Most High told Adam that he should not feel the heat of the sun. See that? Nor shall you feel the heat of the sun. Why? Because he's talking about the melanin. That's a hint right there. That's another hint. Go to another slide. Now here's the battlefields of the mind when we told you about different, like bingo, intoxication. See, this is OFC is a minefield. ALG, the hippo. Every single part of the brain is a battleground. It's called real estate. And if you can rent space in people's head, literally rent space in people's head, then you can wage war on their household and their thoughts and patterns and their behaviors, and then write laws knowing you have changed it, like this: habits, personification, anomalies, habits, preservation, global pullouts, habits, occupation, preoccupation, anticipation. You control all that with this here, with these drugs and with these compounds. And it's in our food, it's in our water. So don't think that this is just about drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. No, we're talking about food, we're talking about water. We're talking about these German scientists, what they've done to humanity to make themselves seem superior. It's a lie. They're not superior. Here go another battlefield. Now, you see how you get this part of the brain in purple? That's a battlefield. Occipital, that's the occupation. Temporal lobe, that's the occupation. They're occupying space in our heads. The thalamus, occupation. Amygdala, occupation. Hippocampus, occupation. These are all occupying space in your head that's creating this poison in our communities and in our societies. And these are the people that's doing it. See, when you see the cross, the religion, Jesus, you see the crown, which is the monetary, and then you see the DNA, where it's telling you through genetics, because eugenetics come from Germany, and so you get the religion, power, and the genetics, and it says, with this cross and this crown, and this sign, I will conquer. It's when you put this all together, right here. I'm gonna see. Hopefully, we can get a blow up. When you put this all together, you can clearly see their plans for destroying humanity and putting themselves in that place and writing themselves in history. See the DNA strand, the octagon, the star in the middle, and then here it shoots all this poison. Let's go back. See the octagon, the star in the middle, and they even tell you right here, 13. Let's go over, slide down. We're doing good time and work so far. Okay, that's it for that. So, let's go back. So now, when you go back to asking about Jesus being the Son of God, you have to ask yourself, Son of what God? Because the actual Son of God resurrects the melanin. It has everything to do with melanin and chlorophyll. And it does something. It rejuvenates, it brings forth life. But for some reason, this Jesus that people call on, he hasn't brought forth life for the so-called black man, brown skin, red man, but is more destructive. You say, well, what's destructive to the planet, or what's destructive to plants itself? Plants, planet, you know what I mean? So you have to say lack of sunlight. See, if the plants don't get no sun, then there's no sun, then they become destructive. All right, let's find another slide. Man, messed up on that one. Bear with me, please. And so now, if you ever wondered why, that's not it. If you ever wonder why Super Bowl, they brought the Denver Broncos versus the North Carolina Panthers. You have to ask yourself, why did they do that? Let me see if I can find that photo for you. All right. I know I have it. I had to do the rearranging my chip, and I don't have time to keep doing this. Shoot. I can't find it. Anyway, folks, and we'll just leave you with this. All right. We'll leave you with that. It says that the heathens painted a likeness in their image. They brought priest garments, fruits, tests, Nazareth they stirred up, and they defiled the sanctuary, and they put their priests and brought them low. So who would do that but a devil or something that is not of the God particle? Till next time, it's Omar Jose. We pray somebody get this. And if this makes sense, let me know. And if it don't, we'll be quiet and won't make any more videos. Till next time, peace.